Hi. Oh gosh, guys, I've been wanting to do this forever. So, my name is Angie, and I come to you with Love in Every Stitch by Ruby Baby. So, I will leave that up to you whether you want to call me Angie or if you want to call me Ruby Baby. It doesn't matter. There's a backstory behind that, but maybe I'll tell that story another time. I just want to introduce myself. I follow a lot of you podcasters, and and I've been wanting to do this for a very, very long time. Probably, I want to say for years. I've been wanting to do this, and I just never had the time or made the time or courage to even do it. Like, I'm still like kind of shaky even now, taking the time to do this. But right now, today is Saturday, March 14th, I think, 2020, and we are experiencing the whole coronavirus situation and epidemic in our country. And so there's a lot going on around that, but because of it, it's allowed me a little extra free time because where I live, schools are closed. Actually, I live in New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey. So there's not a lot of crafters, crocheters. I crochet. And so I have a small business that I primarily do a lot. I don't even know if you can hear all that noise in the background. I have 2 young boys, and they are yelling all around the house right now. So I figured I would introduce myself with a who, what, when, where, and why, like the old elementary, just to kind of cover some bases to introduce myself. So who am I? Again, like I told you, my name is Angie, or Ruby Baby. I am a mother, I am a wife, and I'm a lab technician by trade, I suppose. Like, when I'm not a fiber artist, I am working outside of a doctor's office. That's the who. Perhaps, as people start seeing the video and begin to follow or share, you guys would make comments and stuff like that, and perhaps I'll be able to answer more questions that way. Who, what do I do? I crochet. Again, I'm a lab technician, mom, wife. I serve my church, so I do worship there, and I also serve in the family's ministry, hugging all the babies while the adults are in worship or church service. That's pretty much what I do all the time. Where am I from? From New Jersey. Was born and raised in New Jersey, all around though. I've lived in many different cities in the state. I moved to Virginia for like 3 weeks. I didn't last there. I'm true and true a city girl. But my parents still live there. My sister still lives there, and so I visit there frequently. Why am I doing this podcast? Well, like I said, I've been wanting to do it. I've been wanting to get into the craft community, to find friends who have the same interest as me, or like-mindedness. I think I have something to offer. I think the community has something to even offer me, and so as this channel grows, we'll see where that goes. like I said, I've been wanting to do this ever since. I know we all know OVW, One Virtuous Woman. She is such an inspiration to me. Just what she does pattern wise, you know, the videos that she puts out. She even, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was her who started the Fresh Off the Hook. That's when I started seeing like people in the crochet community putting out their wares and designs and things like that, and I wanted to kind of tap into that, but I never did it then, and like it kind of fizzled out, I guess. I still see videos, but nothing current that's fresh off the hook. But I see many podcasters kind of just doing their own thing, you know, just making it their own, and just really diving into the community and making friends and, you know, all of those things. So that's my hope, to meet you all virtually, you know, and as the podcast goes on, I think I will probably have like a little segment where I kind of talk about each podcaster and how they've inspired me in any way. Because there are a lot of you out there, and inspired me to like try different things, just kind of expand my brand, and you know, eventually, you know, I'll know what direction to take as the channel grows and stuff like that. That's the who, the what, the when. Okay, so how long have I been crocheting? Let's see. I started crocheting, I want to say 2004, 2005. So that long. My husband, then boyfriend, his mom taught me how to crochet, and she taught me single crochet and double crochet. And, you know, pretty much, I remember I had bought this really nice coat, and I wanted to make a hat to go with the coat. So that was kind of like my motivation to try to make something. And so I bought, you know, shop for yarn, bought yarn that matched the coat, and I was determined not to wear this coat until the hat was made. And so that's kind of like how I started crocheting. So I initially started making hats, and that was, and after I learned how to crochet in a round, that was pretty much all I knew how to do, was make hats. And so I made a bunch of hats, and, you know, I had like this one little hat pattern where it was like single crochet at the top, and like the center, the body of the hat was like double crochet, but I would double crochet in all different patterns, like post stitches and, you know, back and forth stitch, like all kinds of, like for like a good, like the whole body of the hat was like a double crochet, and then I would finish it off with a single crochet, and then I would have a brim. And I had so many of those, like a whole like bin full of hats that I had nowhere for them to go. So I tried to start selling them like at the church events and stuff like that, and whatever hats I couldn't sell, you know, I just gave away. So I don't even have any of my early on hats, but that kind of inspired the Love in Every Stitch name and brand. And there's a story behind that too, but I'll tell that story another time. So I don't know if you've ever seen this is my, let's see, this is my logo, and it's actually a picture I took of my own, that it's two, I can't the light is too bright, but it's two crochet hooks facing each other, and there's like a little heart pattern in between, and it says Love in Every Stitch. But like I said, there's a story behind Ruby Baby, and there's a story behind Love in Every Stitch, and I promise I'll share that story. But in lieu of trying not to make this video too long, I'll save that story for the next video, and if anybody shows interest. so yeah, so that's that. Hold on a second. Oh, this is my cup, my crochet juice cup. A friend of mine made that for me a long time ago, and I told her when I started my podcast that I would definitely drink out of it the first time I recorded. So that's the who, the what, the when, the where, and why. I think I already did the why, right? Like, because I was inspired to do it before, and yeah, I feel like, yeah, this is hard once you press the record button. Yeah, so I hope, you know, as I develop courage, as I see anybody who has interest in anything I have to share, it will get easier over time. So so that's that. So I just wanted to share with you guys a couple of makes. I have, my whole room is full of makes and things. I have a mannequin that's looking like a hobo right now because it just has items on top of items just on her. But I do want to share a story and an item that I made. I have a friend, and I love her so much, and her husband. And my friend, she met, this is like her second marriage, I believe. And she already had children when she met this guy, and this 4 of them, in fact. And so therefore her tubes were tied, and she met this man, and he's incredible, and they are wonderful together. But he doesn't have children of his own, but he did take in her children as if they were his, and he's remarkable for that. But you know, they've been trying to have a child for a long time. So, you know, she went through the procedure to like reverse the tubal ligation process, and so you know, things looked on the up and up, and you know, long story short, I mean, it's a long story and it's a testimony within itself. But long story short, she is pregnant, and it is a successful pregnancy, and she's adorable. They're adorable together, and it's just amazing to see that, how God moved in their lives to really make that happen. And I am a believer. I should probably say that. So it's in me, so it's in me, so therefore it's gonna come out. So I, you know, very spiritual, but I will, you know, do my best to not make this, or it will be, I don't know, we'll see. But I do believe in God. I am a believer, and I love him, and so you know, I give all credit to him, and that's kind of that. But long story short, they're having their baby. Their shower is coming up next month, and I made them a blanket so far. So I'm not sure what I want to do as far as accessories to go with it. And you know how everybody has like fancy bags? I don't. It's in a plastic bag. So I don't have project bags and all of those fancy things. I just, you know, keep them in good, clean bags, and that's pretty much it. So maybe one day, but not today. So, and you know what? And even this blanket, I've seen people do corner to corner forever and ever, and I've never attempted it until now. And I love it. Like, I really do love corner to corner. So, so this is the blanket. There we go. And this is what I got so far. And so they're having a boy, and I had just happened to ask her what colors, does she have a color theme, or you know, like an animal theme, character theme, or whatever. She just said no. These are the kind of the colors that she's using. It's like the greens and the greens and the grays and stuff. And so I love it. I love how it turned out. I love that. I love this yarn. This is actually, I love this yarn by Hobby Lobby. Let me see. I might even have a colorway for you. It is Cypress Landing. I love this yarn. This light is so bright, so I can't make it work. Let's see. maybe if I turn the light down. Let's see. Wow. Maybe that helps. Yeah, there you go. So, I'll figure it out too. This is I Love This Yarn in Cypress Landing, and also I love this yarn in gray and white. But what was I gonna say? It just so happened that when she told me the color pattern, I had this yarn already, and I had just tried out another pattern, and I had made a hat, and it was perfect. So I was like, oh, so let me just go get some more of that and use what was left from the hat and keep on going. So yeah, so I found this pattern. This is actually a pattern. It's called the Crochet Casserole, and it's by Maria Bittner, and I found it on Ravelry. It's a free pattern for that, you know, the simple edging and everything. So it's pretty much the pattern to the T. I didn't make any adjustments or embellishments on this one. So yeah, so what I'm thinking of, I don't know if I want to go sea theme because it's so sea foamy colors, or what, or maybe I'm thinking maybe a bunny. I'm thinking about maybe like making a little bunny amigurumi to go with it, or like a bunny rattle or something like that. But I just haven't decided what I'm gonna do with the remainder of the yarn. But I do want to finish out the yarn and make accessories to go with it. So it could be a hat or an amigurumi, or maybe both, because I still definitely have lots of white and gray and quite a bit of the Cypress Landing color as well. So sorry, I'm just gonna fit this back in the bag to keep it clean and out the way. So I'll show you the hat that I made also, because it's right here. And like, I guess you can consider these finished objects, but not really, because what I do is I'll sit here and I'll make things, and I literally have like a whole laundry basket right here full of finished objects, but finished to the point where I've done the last stitch, but not finished where I have a tag on it, or a bow. Like if it's a hat, you know, if I want to put like a faux palm or any kind of palm on it, or buttons, or you know, whatever I may put on a hat, you know, it's not done. So this is the hat that I made, and this would go good for hat and I hate too, now that I think about it. But I'm gonna learn, guys, don't worry. I'm gonna learn how to like present my things and be able to let you see them in true color, because I don't think I can do it right now. But this is the hat. So of course it needs a palm on it and a tag or whatever, but I really love this hat, guys. And if you don't if you're interested in doing any kind of cable stitches or whatever, this is the perfect pattern to learn to do a good cable stitch. Like after doing, I've only made this hat once, and I've committed the whole entire hat to memory. Like it's a very simple pattern, and it has a lot of detail and let's see, it has a lot of detail and texture, so to speak. There we go. It has a lot of texture and stuff, and yeah, it's a real, let's see, I'm really trying to make you guys see this hat. I don't know if you can see it, but it has like a really nice cabled braid on the side and the rest. This is all half double crochet, guys. Like double crochet, half double crochet, like the whole entire hat basically. But it's a very easy pattern to do and commit to memory. And this pattern is also a free pattern on the blog. This is called the Imposter Beanie. Imposter Beanie, and it's by Karen Lucus with Hooked Up Crochet. Now she you can catch all her patterns on Ravelry as well, but she also has like YouTube videos. If I'm not mistaken, she may even have a YouTube tutorial to make this hat. I'm not completely sure. It may be just like a guide, or maybe the whole pattern, the whole hat pattern. I'm not sure. I read patterns, I get patterns from YouTube as well, but I'm not a follow along crocheter if I get a pattern from YouTube. If I see a pattern on YouTube that I really like, I will probably watch it once really slow and write it out in my own pattern understanding. So, and then I'll commence to making it or whatever. So, because I get a lot of inspiration. You can get so much inspiration, guys, from YouTube. And I do. And a lot of times I'll even get like just like a pattern combination, or like it'll show you like in a block, a swatch or whatever, and I'll be able to like kind of convert that into a hat or a scarf, or use it. But I will probably, like I said, I'll probably like write down what it is, and I'll try to draw a little picture of it for myself, and then I'll commence to making it off of the written, what I wrote, the notes I've taken. So that's pretty much it. I do a lot. I predominantly do women's wear. So I do hats, scarves, shawls, scarves. I do a lot of the vests. I don't know if you guys remember the Hunger Games, and then there was like the whole craze with the swoop, the side body crossbody vest or whatever. So I do a lot of those, and I've been doing those for years. Like I've turned this into a business in 2014, so that will be almost 6 years now that I've been selling my wares. And I do like street fairs and flea markets and stuff like that. It all depends. I don't do a whole lot of outside stuff because, like I said, I do wear. So gloves. I also do like earrings, accessories, necklaces, stuff like that. And I guess as the podcast grows, I'll be able to show you all of those things. I didn't even know what to show you on my first episode, to be honest. So these are just some items that I'm currently doing or whatever. Right now, I have on my hook, I'm doing another shawl, just another shawl pattern that I know is popular in the places that I go. So I'm out of inventory on that. So I just wanted to have at least one in my inventory for that. But usually in these months, like the coming into spring months, I'm usually doing more accessory work. So I'm doing more earrings and things like that or whatever. So I'll probably start whipping out the thread yarns and stuff like that and get cracking on some earrings, because I actually am low in inventory on that. But yeah. Oh, I got one thing I want to show you guys, and I'm hoping that this, as an introduction, this will kind of be interesting, and you'll be able to comment and let me know. So I found this pattern, and I feel really bad that I don't know the name of this pattern. And if I learn how to put comments or description stuff on this first video, I promise I'll put the information, because I have it, I just don't have access to it right now. My husband's checking in on me. So anyway, I made this pattern, right? And it is like a one of those reversible, guys, excuse me. So thanks. So anyway, my son is crying, so I am gonna bring this to a close until I figure things out, because they just left the door open. So so right now, I'll just share with you real quick. Right now, my cousin is living with us. It's a whole thing, and that's something else for another time. So my house is crowded. So right now, this is my craft room. You can't see nothing but this right here, but this is my craft room. But right now I'm sharing it with my husband, so he has his computer and everything in here, so he does his works and stuff. in here and plays. Him and my son, they play their video games in here and stuff like that. So you can only imagine, like, you know, sometimes my yarn is on the ground and it's like, oh my god, what are you doing? So anyway, sharing the space. Oh, so I will get back. I just want to show you guys this. So this is like a reversible pattern, and in the pattern they use like a, I want to say DK weight type yarn. But anytime I'm trying to experiment on something or just trying to see if I like it, I usually do it in worsted weight anyway. So this is so it's a reversible pattern. So it's like this kind of pattern on the outside, and it's like this, yeah, on the reverse side, right? So it's like all the color on the reverse side, and you know, predominantly gray on the outside. I don't have, or I'm sorry guys, I don't have the name of this yarn, but I know this is like a Lion brand. No, I'm sorry, it's not Lion brand. It is Red Heart something. I don't know. I know this is Red Heart something, and this is the grape is like the Red Heart Heather Super Saver, I believe. So anyway, I made it, and it's like so dense. It's a really nice pattern. I really like it, and I've kind of put the drawstring on it to kind of, you know, cinch it up a bit. But I brought it home, and my I showed my mother-in-law, the one who taught me how to crochet, and she was like, "Oh, is that a bag?" And I was like, "No, it's a cowl." But I think she might be onto something. I think I will seal in the seam in the bottom, and I think I will turn this into like a little purse bag, something, whatever. So we'll see. You can fold it and expose both sides or whatever. But I think because of the density of it, it really is pretty stiff because it's like, it's two-sided. So okay, so that was my son, my 8-year-old. I have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, and so I don't know the rules and the policies and procedures of, you know, of everything. So I don't know if they can be shown or seen or not. Maybe you guys can help me with that. But they are awesome little people, and I would love for you all to meet them one day, virtually, I guess. So, you know, because they try on my things. And you know what too, and I have all boys. It's all boys. I'm like the only girl. Even my dog was a boy, so he passed away. But yeah, I was the only girl in the house for a very long time. But I am not inspired by boys, like as far as creative, fiber arts creative, like, you know, they have hats because I want their heads to be warm, but it's really hard to find good patterns or create good patterns for boys. So if you guys know of any good inspirations, like for boys, like irresistible things, like share them with me so I can like see what's up with that. Although after I made my hat for my coat, the very second hat I made was for my husband, and that's kind of how Loving Every Stitch kind of began, the whole name of Loving Every Stitch. So yeah. So I'm gonna call it quits now. See how this works. Yeah, I really enjoyed even, you know, making this video. So thank you guys for watching or coming, passing by this channel. I'm really appreciative. Leave a comment, introduce yourself to me or whatever, so I can know that anybody's out there to see me, or you know, if there's any particular content or help, I will probably offer like any advice, any type of knowledge, assistance that I have, any, you know, I'm transparent, I'm open to life, I'm open to crafts, like I'm very, you know, I think that's why I really wanted to start this channel, like, because before I used to be trying to like hoard all the patterns and hoard all the knowledge and wisdoms that come with the skill and stuff like that. But like I'm in a different place now, and I'm ready to share what I know, share any patterns that I find that may be of interest to anyone else. You know, stuff like that. And you know, even color combinations, like whatever it is, like I'm open to share, and I'm open, you know, to you all. So again, thank you. You know, leave a comment below, introduce yourself or whatever. If you have a channel, please leave the information down. So if it's somebody that I haven't seen before, I'll definitely come check you out and subscribe. And hopefully, you know, you guys will come back and see what I'm up to. All right. Thanks again, guys. Bye. Hey guys, I just wanted to come back on really quickly. I forgot to mention one thing, and that's where you can contact me or see anything that I'm doing you can reach me. You can follow me on Instagram if you like. My tag there is _RubyBaby, RUBYBABY. Or you can also email me at any time. I've set up an email specifically for the podcast, and it is yourlovegetsmail@gmail.com, spelled just exactly like that, no spaces. And yeah, so I spoke to my husband already, and he kind of saw my introduction video, and he has some things to say and some advice to offer, and I'm so grateful for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You know, it's at your first time, you know, you work out all the kinks, but I can try to make this video over and over and over again, and it's still gonna be what it is. So I'm gonna upload it in hopes that you guys like what you see, and in hopes that, you know, you'll come back again. And like I said, please feel free to offer any advice or suggestions. I'm open, and don't worry about hurting my feelings. Okay? Thanks. Bye.